week and a great weekend. Thank you very much, sir. Uh, okay. We still have a lot of people to join the section tonight. But meanwhile, we are not going to take much of our time because we have a lot of things to do and we have a lot of things to talk about. So, in today's section, we are going to be talking about the evolution of VTU business right from the onset. When we talk about evolution of something, we are trying to explain how the thing started, how it is being processed from the right, from the scratch, how it has started to the to this present moment. So we have people on ground to talk to us about how this VTU business started, their own experience since when they started this VTU and bills payment business. So I want us to be all attentive this night because I believe since when we started this section relating to Techo Point, I believe every one of us has have one or two things to learn. So tonight's section will not be any way different because we have a lot of experts on ground to talk to us. So I believe when we focus on tonight's section, we are going to have one or two things to learn also from these people. Because most of us, we are just hearing about VTU business. We just want to venture into VTU business. Like me, when I wanted to venture into this business, I was like, I'm on, let's say these people, they see money. Oh. So that was the reason. But for everything we do in life, there must be a reason. So tonight we want to see why you should even venture into this business. Why do you think this business is for you? Because I cannot lie to you, this business cannot be for everybody. You can't just jump into something because you think everybody is doing it. So you need to understand the evolution of a thing. Because if you say you want to go to school, why are you going to school? What do you tend to achieve from that school you're going to? Do you understand? So now everybody, every one of us, we are into VTU business. If I don't lose count, we have over 1,000 VTU website outside presently in Nigeria, both working and both semi-working and full working. Shall let's just put it like that. Do you understand? So, but then everybody's just venturing into VTU business without understanding what VTU business is. So today we want to see how does it even get started. All these people that we see as an expert or as a standalone entity, how did they start? What is their experience? So that is what we want to talk about today. Uh, for those people who have not met me before, my name is Daniel Imosemi, and I'm the community manager at Techo Point. Won't you clap for me? So if people don't want to clap, clap for me.
Well done. Thank you from Urgent Sub. Thank you.
That's good. That's good. All these people that have been disturbing the group since morning, we did not see them now. Okay, now
Dey
we
here,
are going.
Urgent
dey
Sub
here.
is there.
We are going to start. I don't know. Let me start by introducing our speaker tonight. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay, let me start by introducing our speaker tonight. The first person I'm having on my what's it called? On my okay, I'm coming. Let me okay, wait. I'm, I want to see the flyer. Okay. Okay, now the first person I'm having here is founder of PayScribe. We have Shokoya Philip. Is if Mr. Philip is here, let him just welcome us. Are you here, sir? Mr. Shokoya Philip.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. So that's the founder of PayScribe. Let us all clap for him. Normally, if this is a physical meeting, we should all do standing ovation for our oga. But nevertheless, let us just give him a welcoming hand. Now, the second person I'm going to introduce is we have I don't think he's here, Sha, but let's just introduce him. Al Kazim Khalil. I'm sorry, founder of VTU Press. Founder of VTU Press. Are you here?
Yeah, good
Okay.
evening. Good evening to you all.
Yeah, I pronounce your name very well. I'm sorry.
Good evening to you all. My name is Al Qasim Khalil Ashana. CEO
Thank you.
VTU
Thank you.
Press.
That's what I want to know. The name. The third on the list of the invited guests tonight. Some people are here. They think I'm going to call them. I'm not going to call you because we did not invite you. So just listen to us tonight. So we have founder of Fatiraza. What's his name? Safiuddin Ahmed. Are you here, sir? Founder of Fatiraza. Are you here?
Fatizara is Fatizara.
Fatizara. Okay, thank you.
Data. The Fatizara.
Is he here, sir? I
I
don't think
don't
he's
think
here.
he's here yet, but he's about
Okay,
to come up.
maybe we are going to continue. Then the last person on the list is Maoga Patapata. Maoga Patapata at the top. This guy, we have been together, let me say, for almost 2 years now. I always come to my DM, I go to his DM. We have been together. ASP Groups of Complaint. Let us clap for him. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but let's just I think he's here.
Good evening, everyone. I'm
Thank you,
Musin
sir.
Ali Saleh, yes, CEO from ASP Group of Companies. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome, sir.
Mm, mm.
Okay, without wasting much of our time, we are going to kickstart the program. So today's topic is just about the evolution of VTU business, the past, the present, and the future. So we are going to call on this speaker one by one to talk about what they have experienced, their experience about this VTU business, how they started, the what did they think is the future of this business, and how has it been when they started this business. So I want us all to calm down and listen to them. So the first person I'm going to be calling will be Mr. Shokoya Phillips. Sir, you have the ground, sir. So we just have 15 minutes because we still have a lot of questions and all the guest speakers are still going to talk. So for now, on the evolution of VTU business, the past, present, and future, let just tell us what do you think of this VTU business before you started it? Can you have the ground, Mr. Shokoya, please?
All right, thank you very much. Once again, good evening, everyone, and then it's a pleasure to be here. Okay, so wouldn't know, please. I'm just a former person, and then I could be a former and informal person. So before joining this webinar, most of us must have heard of uh, the CEO of Access Bank, one of at least the virtuous billionaire in Nigeria. I wouldn't know if we can just and probably just give him like 5 seconds or you understand silence, and then couple to the fact and today happens to be my month remembrance, so please permit me to just probably have 5 seconds silence for them in honor of the dead ones, right? Okay, okay, may the good Lord be with each and every one of us, and then may their soul rest in perfect peace, right? Okay, so
Amen.
sorry, I don't know if that was so formal and then if it wasn't right for me to do, but it just come to my attention and I need to do that. So, talking about VTU for the topic at hand, for me, I would want to just share my experience about VTU, how I happened to get myself involved in VTU. Looking at my background, I'm a software engineer with over a decade experience, and so I love to build something. I love to I love to create. Let me put it that way. I love to create. I love to what is behind the scene. So I could remember vividly my first video that I created. That was way back in 2015. 2015. Bofonki data.com. So why did I create that? I could remember I was even doing the automation in the sense that okay, orders will come through email, others might come through SMS at that point. So I was just trying to evolve, like what is happening? What is happening? How can this automation be done instead of we buying the normal recharge card of the thing? And that was what came about me getting to know people like Victor, Club Connect, getting to know people of Mobile NG, getting to know OG Dams and so on and so forth. So like I was just brainstorming. That's I can vividly tell you about how I came about on what's up with VTU. So we all know VTU as virtual top up, right? Virtual top up meaning that okay, I can simply bring out my phone and top up an airtime, uh, either myself or my family. Now, if you are to look at the past and the current and the future of what VTU is right now, we will really understand that then, like when we're talking about 6, 7, 8 years ago, VTU happens to be it's like a gold. It's like gold, like it's something that once you're able to even find the automation, once you're able to scratch the surface, you are like the boss. Unlike now, if we were to look at the present right now, we can really say that VTU, you see ABC.com, SYZ.com, like many people are even now have affiliates and so on and so forth. So we would literally look at if you are to look at the flow right now, we can really tell you that okay, in 7, 8 years ago, we had only one domain, we had only one person doing VTU. Now we have like 1,000 VTU, and then what will happen in the next future? I keep telling people like this. It's not that VT is dying any moment from now. Vividly, we can even say that it is even going to skyrocket more, simply because you will realize that even banks, financial sector, like that, okay, they are meant to probably save your money. They even evolve from doing marketing on savings. They evolve from doing marketing on savings to doing more of promoting virtual top up. For instance, Access Bank as a case study, you see them even more doing more promotion that hey, you can do a cross-border airtime, you can do a cross-border data subscription. Now, that means they must have also have noticed the trend that okay, something this is golden, this is beautiful, that there's money in this thing. So for that reason, most of them even they leave banking as a sector, they leave it, and then they are even more doing more VTU. So that's to tell that okay, something great is still like we are even yet to unravel the mystery about VTU. Now, of course, we have VTU, lot of VTU website right now. We have hundreds of them. As a matter of fact, I should also give kudos to Ibrahim of Agro Prime. Creating a software that okay, lots hundreds of users are using, hundreds of websites users are using. We have lots right now. But does this now says that we will still have more of that tomorrow? We would. However, I could really tell you that it is even now gone beyond you even sending airtime to your friend or family in Nigeria, in your locality. It has not even got to the point that okay, you can even receive airtime as even like as a gift. We've seen for instance, cases whereby if you want to even receive money like this, what was it called? The banning of international payments using USD or so, and so on and so forth. You could even receive VTU from your family and friends and sell it to someone. So now that is to say that okay, something is about to happen that we can even use VTU as a cross-border payment. That's to say that okay, the future is still there for VTU. So, vividly, just to make a recap in nutshell, so talking about my own experience about how I involved myself in VTU business is me just trying to create something automation, me trying to just create a solution that how does this happen? How is it happening? How is it solved? How does this work? That's how I found myself in VTU. And then looking at the present state right now, I can tell you that, wow, we now have thousands. Well, cool. Lot of innovations, lot of technologies now evolving in VTU. And then looking at the future, we can say that there are lots that are still yet to be unraveled. There are still lots. Like I said, one example is this cross-border payment. I could even easily top up my sister in Ghana, in Canada, and then she could either even convert it to money over there. So it's beautiful to say that okay, there's still a lot of potential. There's still a lot of revenue to be unfolded in VTU, and if you're also going to look at it, of course, I don't know if I should also talk about what about the downside of what is happening right now. We understand okay, when there's an opportunity, when there's a pros, there's also a cons. Of course, we now see a lot of scammers, a lot of fraudsters. They're now using this as a leverage, using this as something. So we definitely we should also understand that okay, there is also going to be a lot of challenges that's coming forth in this VTU. And then as such, I can really tell you that we should respect regulations. We should respect regulations. Like I used to tell my client, expect so anything can come up. And we have seen the cases in like MTN. Gonna MTN just woke up one day and they said that no, instead of them buy this thing, instead of them selling it at this rate, now it is now 200 and something naira. So regulations can just come up. We should also understand that telecoms, like okay, we are probably just doing normal VTU in a miniature form. We should understand that you are like a competitor to banking sector, and then they could even come up with some regulation telling telcos that hey guys, we are paying you millions, which sum of money. So why are we not having more advantage than these people that you are selling? Maybe you are selling for them 290,000, you are selling for 5 million. Why are we not having advantage? We need to have something that we can hold on to. So policies can just come up. So we should also brace ourselves for it. That what if policy comes up? So this is just my take about this. I hope I have not spent too much time on what I was giving. So I hope
Okay.
I've been able to answer your question, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. We'll still come back to you, but let's go to other speaker because we have to talk of three things this night, which is the past, the present, and the future. Now, I think you've just elaborated on the past, your experience, and how you got started. Now, we are still coming to talk about the future, the present actually. But before that, let's call on the CEO of ASP Group to talk on his own experience and what he think about the past of VTU business.
Good evening, everyone. Um, I'm Mohsin
Good
Ali
evening.
Saleh.
Welcome.
Mohsin Ali Saleh, and I would like to since our other speaker has spoken a lot about the past, but I would like to like say something about within virtual top up. So virtual top up, there are many virtual top up. It must not be like data or airtime or anything like that. But before, actually, data seems to be uh, the business. The business is not that much competitive compared to nowadays
No, let me
because
see.
before like there are no
Man,
much competitors in the business actually.
this
And
mine, because I know I'm saying.
Mute your this thing now.
uh, before there is no much competitors in the business and like the price of the data and when when you want to like run like advert before running advert before it's not the same as running advert nowadays before because now when you are given like for now let's take example like there's newspapers online newspapers that we used to like give advert for before we used to pay them like so amount that is not much higher but now compared to today's price because people who are like pushing into the business and giving them much competition because now the price take looking at the price now the price of the networks is not much stable and people are pushing into the business and giving them much competition because now competitors in hello am I
Yeah,
communicating
I
hello
think your service is breaking. Are you there? Hello? Hello? Are you there? I think his network is breaking.
Yeah, I think someone called him. That's why his network break. So before he
Okay.
comes back, the third speaker can just continue.
Okay. Let's have okay, Fatiraza. Is he here? I think he was not here that time. Okay, let's have VTU press to talk about the topic. Hello.
Good evening to you all. I'm by name Al Qasim Khalil Ashana, precisely. I am the CEO of BTU Press. So, welcome once again. It is a good opportunity to have you here. Firstly, let me start by a little introduction on the business because, from my experience and when I have been into this business, I can say that I joined this business around 2017. But back then I
Okay.
started around 2015. I joined the business around
Okay.
2015. Then I just give up because I'm not seeing it as a business. By back then I was just a reseller because at that time, if I could remember, even 1 gig was just around 500, 600 above. That's the price people sell 5 gig because even that time, I think the latest network we have there for that time, I think it's around 2G to 3G, nothing like 4G back then. So it's not everybody that make use of data for that time. So there are other big websites that we have, of which they are supposed to be here, but due to some certain of reasons, maybe they are not there because they are the one to tell us more about the business because they are those that have more experience about it. So from the look of things, I would like to talk about the maybe looking at the business maybe in the future or because B2B business is a very good business because they are making millions of naira with this business. You can see there are a lot of people, some even join within 1 year and they are making it, they are already making it. So it's not about maybe how long have you been or when you join or how people know you or your advert or this thing. I don't look that as a business. So as a way of making it or something like this. Because I know people that joined the business last year. I'm currently speaking, some are having around 7,000 to 5,000 above, even 20,000. So, from the look of things, I can say this BT business is a very good business, especially next because even though there is a lot of challenges we are having in the business, because each and every business has a lot of challenges. That is maybe for the hacking or pricing or something or competitive. So firstly, let's look at the pricing because now everybody is maybe there's a lot of competition when it comes to pricing. Because even though for API users that provide API, there is competition in between them, same as maybe resellers. Because back then, those in this business, back then, to say back then you started this business and you do advert, you gain a lot of customers because nobody knows about the business. But now, if you even do advert about the business and tell others about it, they even say that maybe they are on the one they are selling, they are buying it before is even cheaper than one. So this is also a big challenge to us. Then again, when it comes to advert, so the price you are paying for advert back then, for instance, maybe let's say back then you are paying maybe 3,000 for advert. So now due to maybe the in demand of that advert, people are paying for advert that have maybe website like you, even them they will be changing their own prices. So this is also a challenge about the business. Then what I'm looking again maybe in the future, let's say in the future, how is this business will be? Because when we say this VTU business and automate, it's just about automation. So by us having maybe another services to offer, the more services you have, that's the more gain we have. Just like now currently, maybe many of us here don't know about the NIN, that is the VVN and AIN business. It's just a new business that you can integrate it to your own website. That maybe users can print their NIN or their this thing VBN. They can retrieve it within with your site, even though the plastic ID card and this that original NIN, that is the NIN we have. You can reprint it. It's a new business. Many of us here maybe don't know about it because the business is new. Just like this one, if you started the business now, maybe if you integrate it to your own website, You see, as the thing is not even more competitive for now because it's not everybody that know about it. You can see even this one is another thing in the future that you will gain something on this business. Still, there are websites that has this booking of flight or other that let's say yes, let's talk about this booking of flight. If you take a load of website like this bill point, yeah, you see they have other feature like selling of gift card and this thing and other gift card and also this flight booking of flight. You can see that again. Also, there are a lot of services that maybe in the future that will have just like selling of these international stuffs, maybe international airtime. Even though now we have websites that are selling that international airtime and data and also other things. You can maybe subscription for each and every country airtime and also data because there's website I know that have that feature. And even though when I started the business, I have like friends that are maybe outside. They are telling me that is there any way they can maybe buy airtime using our website? Even though many of you might experience something like this, that maybe those, especially those these Indian people, they will register on your site, you see number plus nine something. They will tell you that they want to maybe subscribe for airtime or data or something like this. So you can see it from the look of things now. Maybe even though now you are not enjoying the business, but maybe in the future, because that's not what matters. Maybe when people, a lot of people are on this business, it's not the matter of how many people are into this business. So it's business is business because even if you go to market, someone sell, you can see 10 shops selling rice, and each and everyone is getting something. So it's not about maybe when there are a lot of people that join the business, maybe you will not gain something. It's just on how you take your business serious and other things. So this is just what I would like to say for now. Maybe the
Okay,
next person.
let's give him a round of applause. Thank you very much, sir, for the enlightenment. We're able to learn about because you said you have never asked some question and you start saying it because we would like to know this business now. We want to know where it is going, but it is unfortunate that we only have two speaker here tonight because one speaker is not around and the other one I don't know. I think he will still come back. Let's hopefully he will still come back. But for the question we have at hand, for the first speaker, he has talked about the past and his own experience while he joined VTU business. So a lot of us here also joined VTU business, or let's say we venture into VTU business for one reason or the other. But you don't see the motivation to forge ahead because you see that okay, there was a time something happened at Top Up Mate. I don't know if people who are here can remember that time. I think we are still using a script. Maybe it was 3.0, our version 3.0, 3 point something. Then they hack like three people at the same day. Me personally, as a developer, I was afraid that she I will not step out like this. Like me and top of me, we were like but then Brimo used to tell me something and I used to agree with him that we have started this and we have started this. We are just going to watch, we are just going to continue. Because if we look at the challenges of business at times, we are going to back up, but at the same time, we don't need to give up because even this year 2024 slogan it is we should not grieve for anybody. So I believe no one is going to grieve for even Monify did not grieve for anybody. Shey you understand? So going to the second question, uh how do you see the VT business currently? I'm going to throw this to the first speaker, even though the second speaker have shared a little light on how is the VTU business now. Talk about the challenges. To Mr. Shokoya Philip, how do you see the VTU business currently, according to you, and as an expert and as also a developer? How do you see the VTU business currently? Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sister. So this is it. In my own personal opinion, and if I'm just going to be candid and honest, it's like I'm seeing it to be a little bit saturated. Yeah, it's a little bit saturated, and then In the light of that, we tend to then see people which does not have genuine arts of trying to solve a solution into the business. Now, it's very funny in the sense that saturated in the sense that it's now funny that you see people buying scripts of 1,000 naira, 500 naira. For what purpose? Probably to collate data, collate information, their users, and then in the next few minutes or in the next few months, you see them packing up. Why? Now, so in nutshell, I'm just going to put it this way. I'm seeing it saturated. I'm seeing it that it's not becoming porous. Like it's not becoming institution by anybody comes in to do and undo, since it's not regulated at the moment. And of course, indeed, like my second speaker spoke also, is becoming more competitive, more tough, more challenging, such that even if you are coming on board right now, despite that you are trying to solve a solution, you must be selling at zero point 0.5 naira to make to incur customer and so on and so forth. But that's just my own general view about it. Seeing it
Okay.
saturated, seeing it porous, seeing it now very, very competitive.
Okay, according to what you said, let me just ask you a question from your own point of view. I think this is a question that everyone would have wanted to ask. Okay, let's say those people, what do you have to say to those people actually, like you said, there's something about people spoiling the business now, buying script 1,500, buying script 500, yeah. So what do you have to say about those people in that category? Like, yeah, you are a developer. What do you have to say to those people, and how can you advise them, or is there any message you feel like you should pass on to them?
Well, yeah, basically, uh, I like I said, it's not regulated. So this is something that is not just going to be one man decision to make or something. So I just feel that not everybody is also coming to the business with conscious mind or with a clean mind or clean hearts. So I just feel that every one of these people that are doing this, like they are trying to I don't know if every one of us must probably have heard of identity farming. Now, what is identity farming? Identity farming is now. I wouldn't want to go in details. Let me just put it this way. I just see that everyone that are doing this, probably in the course of work, they want to steal data, they want to steal information. They are definitely scammers, right? They are definitely fraudsters, and of course, they have their answer. They have answers to make at the end day. I'm a godly person, so I'm a religious person, so permit me to just say it that way. So that's my own opinion about that.
Okay, let me just drop one more question. Pardon me, sir. When we talking of regulation, you are someone who has been in this VT business for long and having we as your children to cater for. So now, what do you think about the regulation of a thing? Because one way or the other, when the time come, we will still need to incur this regulation of a thing in order not to affect some certain thing. So I think it's right time for us to set in some certain regulation, even though if it is going to start from a community like us like this. Shey you understand? So what do you think about the regulation of a stuff? How do we do that?
Yeah, in all fairness, regulation is very, very important, honestly. Regulation is very, very important. Yoruba people, sorry, my people in that are not, only pay ìlú tí kò bá sí ọba tí ò bá sí joyè. So Yoruba people will clearly understand where there is no king, there is no people that are making rules and regulations. Everybody can do and undo.
Tí ó sọ fún kò
Oh, my brother, gan. So now, basically, in nutshell, what I mean is this regulation also starts from developers. We see a situation whereby regulation, I think, like I would also advise, regulation should start from developers. Developers, what are the pros and cons? Like, how secured are you starting from there? How legit are you creating this thing? How conscious are you when you are creating this thing? And then secondly, talking about for instance, what we are doing more of sensitization. We need to do more sensitization in the sense that people that are coming on board, they see it. In all fairness, people will see that users' custom money and they will believe that is their money. So for that reason, now many scammers are coming on board because when they see one total value, total fund of users, they are seeing millions. And then let's say somebody then spy and oh really, this is money. Then it comes on board and not knowing that this is not how it works. So I clearly would say that it can just start from this. We can all just start like this. Okay, okay, fine, guys. This is not right. This is right. Setting rules and boundaries, even for anybody that want to come on board. Okay, I don't know if I really answered that clearly. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you very much. I think you really you do justice to it because we have been trying to set a form of regulations sometimes like that before we come about this community telco point. And the main reason why we come about telco point is just to set a form of regulation whereby VTU business and POS related business can have a kind of regulation guiding them so that people will not just be misbehaving. Imagine someone just comes to my DM that okay, his site is having issue. Okay, what is am I even your developer? I said no. How do you get your this thing? He said he saw someone on Facebook. Yeah, he said he want to learn web design and he web design 1.5 and he put the script as a bonus. Just imagine. So yeah, we are trying to do we are trying to uh, put a form of regulation in this business, and that is the only thing that can guide us in this business from future wahala. So without wasting up much of our time, let's just go to the final question before I throw question to the house in case there's anyone who want to ask question. And the last question, which is the future of VTU business. Now, you as a person or you as an expert in VTU business, how do you see this business growing in the future? Because most okay, like you now, you have started this business, let's say 7 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and you are still into this business. There must be something pushing you that okay, yeah, the future of this business is what is very, very great. So, what do you have to say about the future of VTU business and bills payment business? Like what as Kazim said, he said there are other things other than data, airtime, cable subscription that we can now integrate into VTU business that can even make people towards to come. Like okay, if there's some ideas you think you can share with us about this, the future of VTU business, okay, let us hear from you, sir.
Okay. So in all fairness, if I'm permitted, okay, this is it. There's a need for diversification. There's a need for diversification. So we all have our customers. We all have our customer audiences. So you need to study your audience. For instance, our prescribe people tend to like, Mr. Philip, what's up? Why are we having this? Why are we having this? I tend to study. I tend to get more feedback. So, for instance, I'm going to put it this way: we have savings. We are even a complete fintech. As a matter of fact, we are working on our license right now. We have savings. We have cross-border airtime and internet data, and we have gift cards. So now we all tends to understand what is happening, what is the market saying, what is the trend saying. So we then look at it. How can we then analyze it and look at okay, how can we improve and enhance our services? So, for instance, you will see Mr. A. Mr. A needs to have multiple applications because he wants to do this, he wants to do that. Now, for the success of for every VTU business, why don't you try to leverage on this, or why don't you try to have these services? Understand, get from your customers, get feedback from them. Look at it like my other speaker said, NIN and BVN of the thing. Most customers are looking, they are daily looking for this thing. You can just leverage on it that okay, it's not just about airtime. If it's about airtime, trust me, I don't see any reason why even people will still want to leave their first bank, GT Bank, and say that they want to do use our website or mobile application. But when they are able to see all these services, that's why you see Palmpay, Rupee of instance, they push everything to you and they push everything. They push that okay, Oga, you go nowhere. We day here. We day here. What do you need? And then when they see, they get feedback saying that okay, you need betting, betting services. They also push it to you. Oga, we don't get them. This is it. And then it's also important, like I would say also, it's not all services that you probably need to. You need to just know your niche. You need to know your niche. There was a time that we were trying to incorporate a service, and I realized that no, this is not something that it is ideal for us, and it's even not cost effective. It's not. It's quite expensive. So I had to like, no, no, this is not what we want to delve into. So try to understand your market, try to understand your audience, and then, for instance, if I'm to look at it in notes, what are the VT, what are the automation, what are the things that are really they are daring to have online as a presence? Why don't you start to automate it than you just having airtime and internet data? In South, what are the things that okay, these people, maybe you're targeting South people, what are the things that they are looking for to have that they can do easily, seamlessly online? Why don't you start looking at how you're going to automate it? So that is just basically my input on that.
Okay, well, thank you very much, sir, because you do justice to it. Before I drop the mic and call for questioning for all our speaker, I would like to have our Oga Patapata, the CEO and founder of Agro Prime, the CEO and founder of Telco Point, the CEO and founder of Top Up Mate, to just tell us one of the challenges he has been facing or he has faced as a developer and also as a VTU business owner. Well, since when he started. Sir, can we have you? Let's clap for Ibrahim Yusuf. Clap
Yeah,
for
sorry. Before I speak, let VTU press let him talk about the last topic. Then I'm going to now
okay.
summarize the
The reason
discussion
why I did
before
not
question and
the
answer.
reason why I did not call him was because he already packaged everything at once. But let's have if I think he might still have something to say, Sha.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah. So let me talk on maybe let's say maybe how we are going to see the business in future, also the challenges, and also how people should just maybe what to consider maybe before maybe oh now that we started business because some are new, some are just joining, some are there and not making it. So if you look at maybe the Nigerian population now is around 48 million. And let's say maybe we have maybe 1 million people on this having this VTU business, maybe from different states and has maybe different customers. So if you gather them all, I don't think it's even up to 10% of the people in Nigeria because those using internet in Nigeria are around almost 97.7% people using internet for this year was around 97.7%. You see almost 100%
write it
because
down. You are going to need it to write it down.
okay, I will write that down was around 97.7% people using internet now. So if you look at it, you see that yeah, there are a lot of target people need to reach. Do you get me? Maybe let's say maybe some let's say maybe if they gather each and every one on this business, maybe we are just having I don't think we are having around 20 million customers maybe buying data or airtime from us because we are just like we are all API providers because we are under maybe we are just like resellers too because we are selling it maybe we are getting it directly from maybe MTN, Airtel and other things. And also mm, I have something to talk about maybe on this how you should targeting of customers. Yeah, always on this business you should have target. Just like now, there are other states that doesn't have maybe people on this business because I'll write that down. Let's say for instance, take Niger State. If you take Niger State, you see that they don't know much about this business. So maybe if you are doing Facebook ads or any form of advert, maybe you can set your target to maybe that Niger state. There are other states in this Nigeria that don't know. Just like maybe let's take Lagos. If you take Lagos, I think those in this business on Lagos, especially in the south, ma, at all, at once, they are known about this business. So always have target on customer, not just focus on each and every business. Even though you are selling something, just have target. Yeah, what and what these people, maybe those in the south, they might need maybe bet. Yeah, those in the south, they are the ones playing maybe bet or these bet stuffs. So you cannot come and be selling that your bet in the north, because they don't, people here in the north, they don't demand of that particular stuffs. So always have maybe target on your business. You should have this target, maybe who to sell your product to, yeah, how did they need it, and also check that. Maybe let's say for instance, let's say maybe someone is using my API, then later on I just see them, they are just leaving, maybe using another API. So maybe it's to say I have that person API, I just look at, so what is he selling, maybe what makes them to run from that my side to that person. Yeah, maybe he's giving them cashback or something like this, or then me too, I should go and what, know how to give them that cashback. There's something we call in business, let's make it this way. You can even maybe, there was a time I was even selling data without making even anyone, even 1%, one, even 0 point something percent profit, because I know a day might come that I will get something on that same data. Because it's not about, maybe it's just about targeting customers. There are a lot of ways to get customers in this business, millions, I can say millions of ways. That's why you should have someone that knows about marketing. Yeah, you should be getting advice from much of them that know about marketing strategies, maybe how to target customers and other stuff. Because this business you are selling, all I can say about this business is alhamdulillah. Even though I lost, there was a time I was hacked back then. The hackers hack everything on my website, because even what to pay by that time, I don't have what to pay to my customers. There was a time I experienced that thing. I don't have what to pay, but I still didn't give up. I go and look for money, maybe to come back and be doing. Currently speaking, I have been about 70K, 70 something K for just one of my website, because I was having 10 website. Each and every this software uh, sellers, this one, maybe Top Up Med, MS Urge, and other people selling this software. I have website with them, because I'm a kind of person that just I like something of tech. Because when I started my this thing, I was also a developer now. Because I love like seeing things. Because even though when I was small, if I just see any app that has social function, I would like to download it and use it, because that's what I raise up. I just want anything about tech. So that's
Hmm.
why I've been searching for this business before I joined. I'll just
Although-
see how it's automated. Even though the first time I joined this business, I was sending data from website. That thing, maybe that me seeing that maybe sending data, it works automatically. So I just feel like, how can I get this thing? That's when I first started. How can I get? Yeah, I just see an advert that maybe I can get website for so. I still pay and get that affiliate website. Then later on, after the affiliate website, I can see that I don't have access to my cPanel. If I need another feature, I still need to pay for that feature. Then, because all these things, anything you pass is just like the stages. You are having experience on that same thing. So that's one thing about business. So I don't know if I have said something.
Okay, you've said a lot though. You know said something though. You know what you have said there. I started writing down. Even my book self is full. You have said a lot because now you made me realize that you have 10 websites. I'll just come to your DM this night. Guy, you must teach me work. Let's clap for him. Okay. Now that you have fulfilled all righteousness, let's have because I don't. Ibrahim Yusuf will now talk now, so let's have him on the floor. Let's say our God no one talk.
Yeah, good
So now,
evening, everyone. Good evening,
welcome, sir.
everyone.
Yes, good evening.
Mr. Philip, thank you very much. You have really made justice to this session, and you have actually talked about a lot. Mr. Al Qasim, Mr. Safiuddin Ahmad, Mr. Muslim Aliu, thank you very, very, very much for this wonderful session. So I would just want to recap on some few things that have been mentioned. So number one of it is regulation. So to be honest, this business currently, just like Mr. Philip has said, is very saturated. There are a lot of people coming in every single day. There are a lot of people coming in. Though we cannot do regulation because we are not government. But just like Mr. Philip say, as a business, you have to always prepare for the worst. You have to also always prepare because regulations will come in. Today it might be CBN, tomorrow it might be somebody else. Regulations will always come in, so you have to be prepared.
Tomorrow
So,
it
but
might be somebody.
from my own side as developers, which you said, it has to also start from the developers. From my own side as developers, what we are doing now is for all these sites that are involved in fraudulent activities, you can always report any of the sites on Top Up Mates platform. So we have this kind of, you can actually, anyone can actually do that. You can report, there is a way you can know which hosting platform a site is using, and you can report to that hosting platform. And if they investigate and see that yes, that platform is fake, is not authentic, they are going to suspend it. So that's one way. And then for two, currently we are trying to mitigate the rate at which people are just buying and using softwares. So for those people who are not legally getting software and they are just using it anyhow, we also do the same thing. We can partner with we talk to hosting providers and tell them this person is using this software without proper license, and they can suspend the platform. Then the third we are doing is sensitization awareness, and that's where telco point come in, because we realize a lot of people are not really aware of all these things that are going on. And with a platform and community like this, we can educate people better. Then number two I want to talk about, as mentioned before, there is the future of VTU business is not just all about VTU and data. Like the topic is, it states evolution of VTU and bill payment platform. So it's not just V2, it's also about bill payment platform. So, and there are a lot of services you can render. Like Mr. Phillips says, currently now there is cross-border services. You can actually send airtime to people in different countries. So Mr. Philip is the CEO of PayScribe, and as he mentioned, PayScribe is more of a proper fintech company. So very soon we'll be partnering with them, and they'll be giving us access to their API. So we'll be integrating international airtime and other cross-border services. So there are a lot you can actually offer as a VTU business owner. There are a lot of services you can offer. But to wrap it up again, he mentioned something very important. He said you should have a niche. So it's not just anything you just see, you just feel like you too, you want to do it. It's not everything. That's why he also mentioned that you should follow customer feedback. So in your business, you have to always relate with your customers. What are the customers saying? What are they saying? That's what you use to follow up with your platform. It's not that you just go out there and you see this thing, and let's say for example, you see virtual dollar card somewhere, and you just rush and say, okay, you too, you want to add virtual dollar card. There is a lot of things involved in virtual dollar card that you don't know. A lot of chargebacks, a lot of issues happening behind the scene that you're not aware of. But because you just see it somewhere, you just rush and say, you too, you want to do it. So you should have a niche. You should have something that, yeah, the customers know you for. And because of that, they keep using your platform. And then the last thing I'll talk about, like Mr. Phillips said, you should be innovative. Don't just stand and stay somewhere. You should be innovative. Let's say you are targeting people in the north, or you are targeting people in the south or in the east. There is definitely something that you can do. There's definitely something you can do, to a service you can provide for them through your platform that is going to solve some of the problems they are facing. For example, the CEO of VTU Press mentioned NIN and BVN verification. So like over in the north, a lot of people forget their details. They don't even know the date of birth that they used. Maybe because when they opened their NIN, they were still in secondary school and they wanted to open their bank account. So they can't even remember the date of birth they used then. So, but now you can integrate this kind of service whereby customers can come to your platform. So even if it is their phone number they can remember, with their phone number, they can be able to retrieve their details, their full details that is on their NIN or BVN. Of course, with the consent of that particular customer who want to retrieve that data. So there are a lot of similar things like this, a lot of services you can render. So the future of VTU and payment platform is not something that is ending anytime soon. Just like you mentioned, we have to be innovative. It's beyond just even me personally. There are a lot of people that have messaged me from Ghana. They say they want to buy airtime, and I'm like, ha, we are just operating in Nigeria. Oh, we don't know how your airtime works over there. So, but there is international airtime that you can actually integrate for those kind of people once you are ready to expand to that level. So, it's not ending anytime soon. It's not just about Nigeria. There are a lot of services you can render even outside Nigeria. For example, Smile Data, Smile Top Up is not just Nigerians that are using Smile. Even outside Nigeria, in Africa, they are using Smile. So there are a lot. But the thing is, if you have a niche, always follow customer feedback and then you should be innovative. So that's just my recap on the whole program. So thank you for everyone that has attended this
Thank
session, and I hope you have achieved one or two things.
thank you very much, sir. You actually said a lot as a developer and as a core VTU business partner in the business industry, in the VTU industry. Thank you very much for your enlightenment. So we only have two people, okay, three people raising up their two people raising. Who is this? Are you raising up your hand or you are not? Let's have Mujib. Okay, let's start from the top. Matthew Oluwaseyi, you are raising up your hand. Can we have your question? Please, just 2 minutes. Matthew Oluwaseyi, your question. Uh, this one is not here. Okay, Adetoyinbo Opeyemi, please go ahead with your question. Just 2 minutes, please,
Okay,
because
good
it's
evening.
already you. My wife is
My,
calling me.
my question is pertaining to these ongoing CBN policies,
Okay,
this
you don't like
NI
it.
and BVN.
You don't like it.
So, what do you say?
You don't like it, Abby.
We are losing customer pertaining to that
Yeah.
because most of these customers they don't want to put their BVN. Shey you understand? They would like to put their NIN, and our NIN I don't think is
NI is
active,
working now.
is working.
Yes.
Okay, that is one. And number two, is it all payment gateway that are now using this what's it called, this CBN policy? Because our boss here has not integrated it on his website and he's doing fine.
Who is your boss?
Brimo now.
Who told you? Oga, come
Ah,
and speak for yourself. Oh. The thing is, Monify said deadline is
Okay,
March 1st.
sorry, let me just summarize
Okay,
that.
okay,
Um,
okay.
the issue, like what I always say before, I think that's why, like in the session, they always mention you should follow customer feedback. So for me, I feel like customers don't have issue with providing their NIN or providing their BVN, because these things these people are using OP, they are using PAMPay, and they were very comfortable dropping their NIN and BVN on OP and PAMPay. So, but why do you feel they cannot drop their NIN and BVN on your platform? So it comes to trust, the trust they have in your platform, and how you communicate with the customer that determines that. So I don't really see it as an issue per se. Though this regulation is from CBN, so eventually all platforms have to have to implement it. For my own platform, I'm not using Monify, I'm using another payment gateway, and they have not started they don't even have the API yet for the verification. That's why, if not, I will have integrated it. Because from according to CBN, the deadline is March 1st. So, but eventually, all of us will still have to do that, except if they wake up tomorrow and say that, okay, we are not doing it again.
All right, noted.
Is that all? Is that your question?
Yes, she has answered.
All right,
Okay.
so please, I
Because
know some people will still want to ask other questions. So please, your question should be related to this particular session that we have done. Not that you'll be asking me, how do I register for top-up meet license? Please, it should be based on this session we are doing currently, so the speakers
let them
can
ask.
answer your question.
Yeah, Okoyemi, you have asked a question. Drop down your hand. Don't confuse the Holy Spirit. Thank you. Mr. Mr. Matthew Oluwaseyi, I think you are raising up your hand. Please ask your question. Uh, ask your question. Is Matthew there? I don't think this guy is there. So any other person, I don't think the guy is here. Another person want to ask a question, or we call it a day. J Byte, are you asking question or not? Don't come
No,
to the group and
no, I
be
don't have
asking
question.
questions. What do you say?
I don't have any question.
Okay, ASP, I think you are raising up, you should be one of our speakers now. You are raising up your hand.
Sorry, I was having a call before. That's why my network got actually. I would like to
Oh,
add something small on what Al Qasim had said
all right, thank you, sir.
concerning the virtual top up. You know, one of the best thing as a CEO now, when you have maybe CEO having a website or any other thing like that, you have to analyze something like what have you earned before in the business, what are you currently earning, and what you want to be earning in the future in the business. And by doing so, you will you will you will get to know your potential. Like, is it advertising? Is it like how can you advertise your business, or think of other virtual solutions? Now, talking about like virtual solutions, now there are many other virtual solutions apart from data, airtime top up, and bill payment, etc. So there are many other virtual top ups that like you have to think of and then uh, come along with, and your developers will actually help you to integrate it. There are many virtual solutions. We have over 200 million Nigerians with different problems, you know, that you would like to come along and solve it for them. So now, if you think of other solutions that will actually help them, so they will definitely come to you, and you'll actually, and because most of our people now, they are thinking about money, not the solutions. But the solution is actually the most important thing. If you think of solution now, people will rush to you. They will just come to you if you think of any other solutions. And there are many solutions actually, because our people needs many solutions based on their needs and their, what they like now. Our people now, they need many things, many solutions actually. And if you think of solutions, the money you are thinking of, or rushing for, or chasing, it will actually come to you. And you can integrate it on your website. Your developers can actually integrate any other, if it is like it is legit something. If you think of legit virtual solution, they can integrate it for you actually, because we have many other developers like you, Ibrahim, Bremo, and so and many others. They can actually work that out for you. So I think that's all I want to say about the virtual solutions or virtual creativity, because there are many other creativity actually out there. Our people are just limited to data and bills and whatsoever. They are not thinking outside the box. Meanwhile, there are many other things, you need to be thinking like, okay, now what people need, how can I, how can I automate it now? How can I, how can I automate this thing? How can I make it more easier for them to access it or to, to make it so by doing so actually you can really along with each thing. So I think
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I will get that point. If you did not get that point, you're on your own. Oh. Go and integrate a lot of things. Go and meet your developer. Integrate it. You can even integrate. Don't worry, don't let me say it before you buy my idea. People in your area, you can tell them that you can deliver food for them. Integrate food delivery features on your VTU platform. Sure, you understand. So let's have Trinity Data to ask his question.
Thank you very much for this wonderful privilege.
You're welcome, Pastor.
Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate all the organizers of these wonderful lectures. It has impacted a lot to some of us. God will bless you in Jesus' name. Yes, what I want to say is not something much. I just want to appeal to our developers. They should at least be understanding with some of us. We appreciate all their works. But I discovered that on this issue of BVN and NIN integration in our platforms, the charges seems to be a little bit much for us. So if they can at least reduce it, I have seen where some developers charging up to 20,000, 15,000 naira just to add this to our systems. Let the justice be tempered, please. And another thing I want to say is about the hosting companies. I've seen where some sites go off even up to 24 hours. And the hosting companies cannot be held responsible and they have been paid for all these things. So let there be a way that they can also be held responsible whenever there are failures of such. It is really affecting our businesses. Thank you very much.
Okay, let me before I don't know who to call to answer this question, but before then, let me just correct something. If okay, one, if Austin is having issue, it is not our work as a developer to hold them responsible because hosting company on their own, they have their own regulation and they have their own body guiding them. But if you have any issue with any hosting company, you can actually sort it out. Then in the case of KYC verification, this thing. I don't actually know what you meant by temper justice with mercy. Abi,
Justice Messi.
so because like you said there are some people charging 20K to get some little things done. Because this thing, I told Brimo, I think it was last week when we started the update that this is one of the update that this KYC verification update is one of the update that hold me tight because we have been doing a lot of update at top up mate and it has not been like this. This update e really show shey you understand, but then we will just try to maintain orderliness because well, all fingers are not equal. But then let's have Brimo to speak on that sha.
Thank you
Yes
very
sir.
much.
Okay. Brimo, can you say something on
Okay,
that?
for issue of hosting, the issue is some people, the way and manner in which they enter is mostly what causes it. Like you can expect somebody that bought a script for 5,000 naira is definitely going to go and look for a hosting company of 3,000 naira and a domain of, let's say, 1,500 naira. So you can't compare the performance that you are going to get there with other hosting companies. So and then you don't even have a proper developer that is supposed to assist you and guide you with your platform when it is growing. So and that's where issues come from. Because as your traffic is growing, as your customers are growing, the hosting company you are using might not have the capacity, or the package rather you are using might not have the capacity to be able to handle that traffic. So that's where the issue comes from. So there are a lot of hosting companies, there are a lot of services you can use If you are using the Nigerian hosting and you see it's giving you too much issues, then upgrade to a maybe an international host. If that one is not serving you, depending on your customer size, depending on the volume of transaction you are having daily, there is always a package that suits your particular solution, your particular issue. So, and then normally you are supposed to be having a backup of your site. And as a business owner, somebody like me, I always have plan B. So if plan A is failing, you should have your plan B already, how you can quickly migrate and how you can quickly switch. So that's just it for me. So, but the hosting you are using, there are some issues that don't, though you can't escape downtime actually. No matter what you do, you at a point you will experience downtime with your platform. Just like today, NIPS platform is experiencing downtime and nobody can do so it's normal in technology business. Sometimes you will experience downtime. Just that it should not be for too long. So hosting companies too, you should always expect it. That's why I say you should always have your plan B. So you can't just escape it, but the choice of platform you use at least will reduce the rates at which you are having the downtime. Then for issue of what do you say? Charges.
KYC.
KYC. So I don't know who is charging you 15,000 naira, but even though he charged you 15,000 naira, this work is, how will I put it? Is a service-based business. So we are just servicing you. We are providing a particular service. You pay for that particular product, and that might be the last time you pay. We don't know when next you are going to pay us, and we have to eat. Most of these people, like me that stay in Abuja now, I have to go and look for a workspace. A workspace you'll be paying probably 3,000 naira daily. There is also data there, and you have to also eat. So you cannot be charging small money. You won't be able to survive like that. Though, but with the update we are doing, it's not 15,000, we are charging 10,000 naira. Then it now depends if you are not capable of
Sorry,
paying. Hello?
sorry, Brimo. Sorry, please.
Yeah.
Don't mind Trinity. I charge him 10,000 naira, not 15,000 naira. He knows.
No, no, no. Don't worry about that. So, but depending on your capacity, you can't pay the money. You can always negotiate. It's business. You can always negotiate. If you are not capable of paying, you say, Oga, I beg, look at this and blah 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 blah. Okay, so we understand. Oh yeah, pay so amount. So it's a very simple thing. Life is not that hard. So, but for the issue of 15K, even if they charge you 20K, it's a service-based business. That person needs to survive for him to continue servicing you. So that's just it.
I would like to say one thing, please.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, just continue.
hello.
Yeah, you can continue, please.
Yes, please. I overheard somebody trying to respond to what I've just said. I never
Okay.
mentioned anybody's name. As a matter of fact, I know that my developer is doing excellently well, and I've been appreciating that developer even in the secret place. So somebody coming on board to come and comment as if I am bringing my developer to the board to expose or to say anything I ought not to say, I think I'm appealing to that
Okay,
person to try to
let's
understand how to
let's
tackle issues.
let's just call that. Okay, we have Oyinka Martins to ask question, and I think this should be the final question because we need to round up. There is a lot of things people need to do. Please, Oyinka Martins, are you there?
Yes, yes. Good evening, everybody.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the last meeting that was held, I was here, even though I arrived late. And from the questions, I
You
saw someone.
you used to come late, sir.
No, no, no. It was actually my first meeting. It was my first time to
Your
attend.
first meeting and you came late is not good though. Go and ask for forgiveness.
It's not good. So, thank God I came in on time today.
Thank God, sir.
I'm new to the VTU business team. In fact, I don't have a website yet. I hope that doesn't make me unqualified for this meeting.
No, no, no,
Just
no. Wow.
okay, just about a
And
few
you can
days
see the
before.
motivation to start your own VTU business from here.
Okay, thank you very much. So just a few days after someone talked about the VTU business to me, I started making some personal research, and that's how I came across a website, this website for top up mates, and then a link where I can join a WhatsApp group. That's how I found myself here. And I've been reading from what people have been typing on the platform to see how I can conceptualize and understand what's going on. Now, actually, this VTU thing, one of the things that started driving me towards this is that for some years ago, a few years back, I used to do bulk recharge card sell. I sell recharge card in bulk in locality where I used to stay at that time. So I remember that I was trying to find how I can start recharge card printing. Like it used to be there in the air. So I was looking for how to start recharge card printing. And it was in the process of looking for information that somebody just told me you have to give up. Just look for the guys that sell in bulk, buy from them, and then resell in their locality. So I would do that, buy from them, sell with 50 kobo margin, 1 naira margin in my locality, like bulk resales like that. I had the money and somewhere along the line. So I think when I revisited this VTU thing, when somebody told me about it and said it's not just about data, you can also see options for printing bulk cards. I started searching around and I was noticing that there is this print airtime or airtime VTU option in some of the websites I visited. But going through the content in the group, I also found out that the security concern for airtime is very high. Especially even this evening today, someone lost 60,000. Brimo had to, help the person. So like the security concern for airtime is so high, and then everybody's complaining about matching and stuff. Is there a way around it? I know that somebody mentioned today about having a niche. So I don't know, maybe I'm still myopic. Maybe it's my old experience as somebody that sold recharge card that I'm still using to approach this. Maybe I can make more money from data, but somehow I've been used to selling recharge cards, and maybe if I can have a platform that gives me that ease of starting off from there while now reinvesting in my advert and then selling that and all that, it might be a cool thing for me. So is there how exactly am I supposed to navigate the complexities that make some of you shy away from the airtime angle? Because I think it's going to make my entry, maybe, I don't know whether I'm getting it right, or easy, since that's my familiar area and stuff. How can you make me understand what happens in the airtime region?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
Are
hello.
you there?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I don't really understand your question. Like you want to venture into VTU business, right?
Yes, yes, yes. But at the
What?
moment, my emphasis is on airtime, being able to generate airtime from a VTU website I own. But everybody is shying away from it. There are security concerns. Does it mean that
Thank you.
this thing may never come through? Or is there another way I can be helped to appreciate that situation and, you know, and key in properly?
Okay. If I should understand your question, okay, then don't let me answer your question. I don't know if any of the speakers are still there. Help us with the question.
Okay, let me talk.
Mr. Shokoya, are you
Let
still
me let me talk on
there? Okay.
this issue. Okay, first thing,
All right,
brother,
sir.
not just you. I will answer like this question to everybody. Firstly, you need to know about before you start it, you just barge into this business. At least you should have experience on maybe these tech stuffs. Do you get me? Someone will just barge in the business. You tell him that his domain and hosting may be expired. He will start asking you what is domain, what is hosting. So you see, there's no way you can just be start the business without having a little maybe experience. And also, you talk about hacking issue. So if you are using the let's firstly I will ask you to go for the main. If you are using any software, you should go to the main developer of that software, because let's say for instance, even these payment gateways. I don't know if you know about payment. This Monify, they are the one that give us reserve account for our customers to fund their
Okay.
wallet.
Okay.
So like VFA, even though you get to them that maybe you want them to integrate, if you don't have developer, just like those having this script uploaders, those that just buy script of 1.5 and other stuff, and just go and design their website themselves. So they don't have experience on how to integrate any payment gateway. So if you badge into them, they will ask you that are you the one that developed that website, or someone, or are you the main developer of that software? If you confirm that you are the one, then they can work on that. Maybe they have developers, they can help you integrate that one. So if you are not the developer of that this thing, they will not work, because they know what it means to develop a software. Then you should come and use it illegally. That's one thing I would like to talk about. Always go to the main developer of the software before you get your website done. Just, it's not about, if you don't have that capital to start up this business, just leave it, because a lot of them, they prepare to buy a script of maybe 5,000 or 1.5 to design a website. Then later on they will wipe them 200,000. It will go, and there is nothing they can do about that, because it's ATM they buy and that ATM go. So this is one thing that our people didn't understand. Is that they prepare to buy that script of that cheap amount, then they will steal a money of them, the amount they should supposed to use and scale their website. I don't know if you get me. So this is one thing about security. And also we are trying our best. We have cyber security professionals. So we are always trying our best to see that maybe we have taking maybe security measures to be taken, because there is no website that cannot be hacked. Although we are trying our best, just take a risk of Pampe, OP, and other this thing. Even them, they hack them. Just not more than this last ending of the year. There's this thing. There's one payment provider. Let me think of the name. It's an international payment provider. You understand? Even them, they were hacked millions of naira. So we cannot escape hacking, but we are just, you can just try our best. Just get a developer, someone that, not just a script uploader, because someone just know how to script, to just maybe design your website by uploading script. If you ask him maybe to change even P or color to red, someone doesn't know about it, and you still call themselves developer. So that's one thing. Before you barge into this business, you should have maybe knowledge about it. What is hosting? What is domain? What is API? When your API is copied and used in another website, maybe it can be, they can still use it and purchase. Do you get me? ATM or other stuff. So these are things you need to know before you just barging into business. So I think I have answered your question. Is that
But
all?
please, if I may
Okay.
ask, like,
Mm.
is there like, do you do recharge card printing on your platform? Like, is there anybody that does it just the same way most of you major on data?
Mm. On the top of my software, there is recharge card printing. It's available. Then you can look for API and still use it. There is that in our software.
Okay.
I hope I answered your question.
Yes.
Okay. If we don't have any more question, firstly, I would like to appreciate everyone. Okay, I don't know. Someone is raising up his hand. We're already at 5:50, 9:55. Shuaibu Issa, do you have a question? Hello.
Actually, yeah, I'm hearing sir. Actually, as he just said, he said that is anyone having a charge card printed or data card printed on his website? Yes, actually, I know some of my colleagues that have recharge card printing and data printing on their website, and it's working perfectly. And I think even for the data reselling business, what I'm thinking of, I just want to maybe let the data VTU business should be like a charge card printing business in our local area, which is data printing card.
Yeah, we have
Okay.
that distance. There's option like just this data card. There's data card. You can just print it like data. It's just like called offline data. You can print
Yeah,
it as well.
I have it. I have it. I used to print it.
Okay,
But
yeah.
what the challenges? The challenges I'm facing is that some people are thinking that the data card printing and the one we used to send via via the platforms, they said that maybe the one we are sending via the platform, it has more quality than the one we print and sell, and
This
it's
is
all
just
the
like
same thing.
charm. It's just like
Yeah.
charm because That's one thing. Also, we are working on something. I was working on a very good project because I work with a lot of companies. Even though we have a meeting, I think last year, ending of this December with Airtel. So we are trying to create a platform whereby just that's the reason we have this telco point. So we are trying to maybe let maybe the government know about this our business because so that it should have maybe just like issue of this setting of price and other things. Because if they know much about this our business, maybe they can do something for us in the sense, but I no need for you to be getting maybe airtime to buy it in the sense. They will just give us a platform that maybe everyone can set it up and buy
Yo, so
something
actually
there.
there is an issue I want to post, and again, we the APIs and the normal users that that are in the business. So what actually makes me think of that is that we the APIs are having less gain than the users. It can be that the users are having almost, let's say almost, it's almost, because the API is having like less than one naira in the business, and also the normal user is having the same one is having, like you said, at MTN at 255, and you are selling to normal users at 256. So with the APIs, what are we gaining inside?
So there's no, it's just that there's no price control, and also just blame the API users as well, because just let's say for you maybe you are using our API, then maybe we are selling at the rate of maybe 255. Then let's say tomorrow we just make it 256. Then from that profit of one naira, just because of that one naira, you can person can leave your website.
That's
So
it.
yeah, then that's why we need to focus on two things. Maybe you should focus on your users and also your distance. Because in the sense whereby maybe I come because of that one naira I added, maybe you leave that my side. Then these ones I was selling them maybe at 270 something. You see, that doesn't make sense. Maybe the two of them will run. I don't have this one and also you, I don't have you. So
Okay.
there's no way we can set this. This is just a matter of price control.
Okay.
I hope I
Hello.
have answered your question.
All right. Thank you very much. That will be the end of the section tonight. If anyone is still having question, please drop it in the group because we appreciate everyone. Firstly, because if you do not attend this section, we'll not be having anybody to talk to. Appreciate every one of us that attend this section tonight. Thank you for your time. Thank you for giving us trusting us at Telco Point, trusting us at Top Up Me that will always give you the best all the time. Even though we all face challenges like today, we one of us here was asked, and he said he lost over 80 or 60,000 naira. Yeah, we're sorry for that. So, but we face challenges, but we appreciate you all for always trusting us. Secondly, we appreciate all our speaker, Mr. Shoki. On behalf of the Telco Point, thank you to you, sir. To VTU Press, a big thumbs up to you. To ASP CEO, Group of Company, I appreciate you, sir. And to everyone here, to my Oga Patapata, Ibrahim Yusuf, CEO, Telco Point, I appreciate you for your time and for the privilege to always anchor a program like this. I remain your humble community manager and your host, Imosimi Daniel. So we'll call it a day. If you have any question, just drop it in the group. Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you, everyone.
Okay, thank you very much, Le.
Thank you very much. Yeah.